3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Matador's Sports Network. This week, basketball and roller hockey. First, we'll look into the men's basketball tournament with Will Smith.
CSUN men's club basketball team played in the NERSA Battle of the Valley tournament this past weekend at the Student Rec Center. They started the competition Friday night as they took on Pepperdine. Let's take a look at the action. Right here, CSUN gets in the lane off the drive and dish to their big man for the easy lane. Off the missed three-pointer by Pepperdine, CSUN point guard Shafiq Ali goes coast to coast, finishing with a basket and the foul. They would go on to win the first game of the tournament. Saturday night, they took on the LMU Lions. Off the missed three-pointer, the Matadors grabbed the rebound, and good ball movement led to a wide-open shot behind the arc. Ali was at it again with dribble penetration to the hole and the and one to close out the game. Northwood drives to the hoop and finishes with a mid-air adjustment to advance to the next round. Sunday morning, CSUN took on rival club team Arizona in the quarterfinals. They started off hot from the field, making back-to-back threes. The Wildcats' big man answered, though, with a floater in the lane to tie the score. Arizona went on in an offensive tear as CSUN's shooting got cold. Arizona would go on to knock the Matadors out of the tournament by a final score of 60-57. After the game, I caught up with guard Robbie Hardaway, and he gave me his thoughts on his team moving forward.
That's a true testament of our strength. So we're not even mad. We're trying to get to the next tournament. We're going to come back even stronger than ever next year.
Now here's James Jewett with roller hockey.
Kind of big news. The biggest news that we've had on MSN's entire 2 episodes thus far. The roller hockey team made the playoffs for the first time in club history, and the team's been around for 7 years. They went up to Corona on very late notice. Chico State was ineligible to play in the tournament, and UC Santa Cruz simply couldn't field enough guys to make a team, so they called us. We got a last-minute squeaker into the postseason. I say we because I am assistant captain on the team. And here's the game. The Matadors got it started early off the stick of Jacob Steinfeld, going hard in the net and getting the goalie 5-hole. Now what's important to note here is that the Matadors only had 4 skaters, which is the minimum. Phenom once again, bar down, giving the Matadors a 2-goal lead early in the first period. Big glove save there by Tony Nasca, able to keep the Matadors with their 2-goal lead. CSUN would escape the first period with that lead. Then early in the second, UCSD breaks through despite the goalie efforts of Tony Nasca. They would catch up 2-1. Matadors got some excellent defense from 14 James Jewett, getting backdoor passes from getting on net and making diving efforts to keep the puck from going into open nets. Soon enough, UCSD came through. Big save by Tony Nasca, but it wasn't enough to stop the puck from finding Twine. They would catch up and eventually would take a 4-2 lead in the second. That would be the ending score, but not before Tony Nasca made a series of clutch saves like boom, glove save, flashed good leather, made the stop, once again holding strong, and his glove doing the work. The Matadors did their best to put in efforts to score late in the third period, but ultimately it wasn't enough, and fatigue was their biggest opponent, and they would lose the game 4-2 in the playoffs. That ended the roller hockey season for the Matadors, but we were able to have a roundtable discussion with a few members from the team. Assistant captain and president William Cornell, goalie Tony Nasca, who's also the captain of the team, myself, assistant captain James Jewett, and Jacob Steinfeld. Here it is.
Talking about hockey, right?
Yeah, we got
Playoffs.
Talking about playoffs.
I mean, I think playoffs. I mean, it was just a good event that we went to, and I'm glad we were able to do it for the first time ever in CSUN roller hockey history.
Yeah.
Making it, you know, we barely made it. I think there was like 15 hours left.
That was my goal coming into the season, was to make the postseason, and you know, we did it.
We did it with a.
I'll take it. Yeah. Squeaked in. I'll take it.
Slid in like lube.
Alright,
Yeah, they called you at 6.
called me at 6 saying, hey,
Game
you
at
want
9
to play
in the
some
morning.
more hockey? I'm like, give me like an hour. I got to call the troops. Called everyone. Got to be able to get 40 guys. So, I mean. Epic game, though. San Diego.
So yeah,
Showed
we
up.
played against San Diego.
San Diego.
Us 4. Now playoff experience.
Yeah, the 4 of us.
So,
me,
what was the score before
Tony,
that?
and Net,
The score before that was
freshman phenom, Steiny, trusty captain or president.
Mr. President.
Yeah, it was the 4 of us. I mean, I guess I'll just start off. It was I mean, we had 4 guys and we took the lead early because Jacob,
Bam!
way better at offense than the rest of us.
Besides, I'm just gonna.
Put it 5-hole and
No, you
that kind
decided.
of just got me pumped on the whole game.
No, well, you kind of decided. You're like, oh, I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna have to take this in my own hands, and he gets 2 unassisted goals.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez. I mean, I was right there, but he didn't pass it to me. That's cool.
For my side of things,
I mean, it was a great goal that second one.
Yeah,
But, I
dude.
mean, I was right there. I mean, I could have easily gotten in too.
from my side of things,
Sniped
obviously
it.
behind everyone,
All gonna go pro.
we just saw, or I saw, a lot of confidence in all 4 of our players. No, there was no like hassle or rush. Everyone was just playing with each other. Came out to play hockey.
All
Well,
good.
you
To be
guys-
honest, the last game was my favorite game
Yeah,
of the
I
season.
agree.
Like,
What, with the 4 of us?
yeah, the 4 of us. There was no other time that I was talking more to people or just
Yeah,
like
and felt like
hearing,
involved. Like it was us, like
yeah,
No worries.
we were up. We had the best period, I would say, in probably season history.
yep.
I would
Could have used some water.
Best
or some
period,
subs.
best
or some-
period of the entire
best
season.
season.
Coulda-
No, of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Best period.
I have seen every Northridge roller hockey game, and that was the best period I've seen. Glad to be part of it.
Best
Hell
one
yeah.
of all time. Me too. Glad I was there.
Dangle. Snipe. 6 Sally Bud.
That's what you missed last week, and here's what you can still see this week. Saturday, ladies rugby, 3 p.m. on the Northfield. If you missed that, you still have soccer Sundays starting on the SRC turf field. 11 a.m. is men's, and women's is traveling down to San Diego for a 1 p.m. game against SDSU. I'm James Jewett. This is the Matador Sports Network. If you miss any of that stuff I just told you about, we'll see you here next week. Matador's Radio Network. I'm so close.